think that's us. Pretty sure it's us. Oh, no, it's just you. On your own. You're on your own. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and my sister Val live from Deer Park, Washington. Good morning, Val.
Good morning. Good morning, Chuila.
Oh, I got something special for you. There you go. Yay, Val. Ah. All right. So I'm curious. We have, and obviously the smoke's been getting to me, but we have beautiful blue skies here in Chihuahua. I mean, almost clear. You're so close to the fire. Do you still have smoky skies? How's it looking out there this morning in Deer Park?
You know, it's beautiful blue skies. It looks really nice and clear, but you step out and the smoke smell is really bad. So that seems a little strange to me.
It's deceptive, huh?
Yeah. So it's looking good. I think the overnight temperatures did a ton because we sat and watched it a little bit last night, and you could still see some trees going up.
Wow.
But we didn't see any like smoke pillars or anything this morning, so I think that cold weather really dampened things down. But evidently, you don't need to see it to be able to smell it.
That is kind of strange. That is really strange that it looks lighter but smells worse.
Yeah. It must be the particulates, maybe the size of the particulates in the air, whatever. But yeah.
People kind of say the same thing about me.
Yeah.
You don't think it smells so bad. He looks clean, but wow, does he smell? Just looks clean, but he's not.
Particulates must be bigger.
Ooh, yay, I'm finally big about something, right? All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast this morning. Wow, I hit refresh a couple times and it doesn't seem like it wants to. Did you enjoy the rain?
You know, we were out of town for a couple days. We decided my head hurt so bad, I was so stuffy, my throat hurt, so we left town for a couple days, and so when the rain came, we were not home.
I know other people that have, I have a friend that was so tired of the smoke, they boogied for the coast and have been staying on a beach over there, and said he had to fight to get his camp spot. There was no camp spots, so he talked somebody into letting them share their camp spot. He told them he would pay their camp fee if they could stay on the edge of the campsite. Then they all got in trouble.
Oh, no.
And he said...
For sharing?
Yes, and he said he argued. He says, it says 2 tents, 2 cars. He's got 1 tent in a car. I got 1 tent in a car. What's it matter? And so eventually he got himself a space, and then he's been doing the same thing. If someone comes in and it's full, he says, yeah, you can share my site.
Oh, nice.
He says he keeps getting in trouble from the rain, the park host, though.
Well, it was so nice to be over. We were in the Monroe area, and just the fresh air, the cool air. I said, normally in the summer, if you go someplace and it's like drizzly and cloudy the whole time you're there, you're like, moping around. But it was a little slice of heaven.
That's what the kid said. I said, it's going to be cold and rainy. You sure you want to camp this weekend? Oh, yeah. And Saturday was so nice. We just kind of sat under the awning and relaxed and watched it rain all day.
Nice, yeah. So we missed out on the rain, but it was nice to get home and see things a little clearer, a little fresher. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
And these cool temperatures got to help, regardless of the rain, the cooler temperatures got to help the fire situation.
Exactly. We had 35 degrees last night.
You mean I have to winterize in
August?
August?
It's about like that.
It's well, and after being so hot, I mean, like today's high 76, tomorrow 80, it still feels like winter to me. It's like, we're in fall. And I noticed, like, up at my property, the chokecherry tree leaves are changing. I think the really hot weather and the quick cool off has confused a bunch of the plants because a lot of them look like they're already starting to lose their leaves.
Yeah, and
so,
or
at least turn.
My oldest son, Travis, had said, we got summer so early. Maybe we'll get fall early, too. And it kind of feels like that a little bit.
It does. But temperature-wise, no. Let's see, Wednesday 80 and 53 under partly cloudy. Thursday 78 and 52 partly cloudy. Friday 71 and 48 partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. That's where the 2 came from. Saturday right now 78 and 50, mostly sunny. And Sunday 83 and mostly sunny. So there you go. Warming up a little bit for the weekend. Great if you're into the swimming and stuff. But, looking at the extended forecast, all the way to September, temperatures are right around 80 degrees. So,
I like that. I think that's perfect summer weather for me. You can push 85 if you're going to be at the lake. But yeah, I like, that 78, 80, 82. That's perfect.
I think that'd be, people talk about like San Francisco being the perfect climate because it's like a constant 74 or something like that. But I think more of a perfect climate to me would be that mark right there around 80 degrees all the time. So
it would help your arthritis, I bet, too.
Oh, man. Yeah, definitely. All right. Through the weather. All right. Anything exciting happening in your life?
Well, just our little jaunt over to Monroe was super fun. We got to see last Friday night, Fits and the Tantrums. And so I don't know if you.
No, yes, we play several of their songs.
Yeah, I can hear your hands clap.
Yeah. So where at was that at Monroe? You saw Fits and the Tantrums?
Yeah, yeah, they were at the Woodinville winery over there, and so so that was fun.
Wow.
And just to kind of sit on the lawn and have a bottle of wine and listen to the band, it was really cool.
And a popular band that's made it big too. So that's kind of strange. I wonder if they live in that area and that's why they were playing, or. I can't imagine them. That's a national band. I can't imagine them traveling to the Woodinville Winery for a little show, but maybe.
I don't know. In September, John Legend is going to be there, so they attract some well-known bands. It sounds like. So.
Wow. Was there what was the ticket price to get in?
We had friends that would not let us pay and would not let us would not tell us how expensive the tickets were, but it was $25 just to park.
So I'm guessing the tickets were a couple $100 each.
Yeah, I'm guessing they spent probably $150 on the two of us. So just from some of the prices I saw in like the John Legend tickets and stuff.
Right.
So.
All right.
But yeah, so it was really super sweet of them. They
could
treated
you introduce
us and
me?
We had a great time. Sure.
I need more friends with money that they just throw around.
No, they're super fun, great people to spend a few days with. We just had a blast. So.
Cool. Excellent. It sounds like a good time. Fits in the Tantrums. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right. Let's see. We'll move on to. I had a few news stories, and this one's kind of sad, but just talking about him is cool. And that is, if I can say it right, Igor Vovkovinsky, who was the tallest man in the U.S., passed away in Minnesota over the weekend. He actually was on Dr. Oz, and they had the Guinness Book on, and they actually picked him as the world's tallest man. He just missed, or his competition was a sheriff, I believe, also from Minnesota. No, a deputy who was a quarter inch shorter than his 7 foot 8 inches.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now, his height was not natural. It was a tumor that when he was a child that was against his pituitary gland that caused massive growth hormone to be released, and that's how he became so tall. He passed away at 38, so he wasn't that old, and it was heart disease and problems from basically having poor health his whole life from being so tall.
I don't think that really that record-breaking range for being tall. I don't think they live a long time, no matter how that came about. Yeah. Just a lot of stress on a body that it wasn't, our human bodies aren't made to handle. So, it'd be interesting to look that up. But my what I'm remembering is that they don't live that long.
So he issued a plea in 2012 to help cover the estimated $16,000 cost for shoes. That wouldn't cause him crippling pain. At the time, he said he hadn't owned a pair of shoes that fit his feet ever. He's a size 26. 2610E. Thousands donated more than double what he needed, and Reebok then stepped up and provided the custom shoes for free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like this one too. It said he didn't like, his brother said he really didn't like the attention. He didn't want it. And he was called out by President Barack Obama during a campaign rally in 2009 when the president noticed him in the crowd. actually near the stage. And how could you miss him at 7'8", right? He's above everybody. And
No kidding.
he was wearing a T-shirt that said "World's Biggest Obama Supporter."
I love it.
All right, so there we go. Igor Vovinsky. All right, sorry I said his name wrong. I just thought that was kind of a cute story, and I remember, him from the news years ago. Governor of Hawaii, did you see this morning?
No, I didn't.
He says, please do not come to Hawaii through October.
Oh.
Due to a huge surge in COVID-19 cases already on the islands, and the state hospitals are at capacity, and they're saying, please do not come to Hawaii.
Wow.
So that'd kind of stink if you already had your tickets, right, and you're trying to get away from it all.
And the surges everywhere. We were hearing this morning that kids now make up 22% of the new cases. So yeah, it is. I mean, almost everywhere is having a crazy surge, as we probably have noticed via the fact that we're back into a mandatory mask state here in Washington. So yeah, it's scary. I mean, you think you have it behind you, and next thing you know, here it comes again.
Well, it's
like
just
a bad penny.
Yeah, it's just like before, though. I forgot. I was in a hurry last night, jumped out of the car, had taken a mask with me in the car, jumped out, and I walked into the store and realized I didn't have my mask on. And then I looked around and went, oh, nobody else is wearing a mask getting their groceries either, so it's okay.
It is hard to remember again. I mean, we've definitely gotten really lax because we're vaccinated and there was no mandate. So we'd gotten pretty lax ourselves. So now it's like, oh, we need to retrain ourselves, which, I'm fine, I guess, if it keeps me from getting colds. You get lazy. And so, I need to get back in the habit, but not a big deal.
Well, and for me, I'll wear one to mow the lawn because I can't breathe in all that stuff. I'll wear one when it's really smoky out there because with my asthma I don't want to breathe all that stuff. So I can always come up with a couple reasons to cover my face. Or maybe I want to creep out my neighbors.
There you go.
Which doesn't work so much anymore.
Yeah. But, FDA has given full approval for the Pfizer vaccine. So hopefully that will ease some people's mind and we'll see some more people getting vaccinated.
It'll ease their mind, or they'll find a new excuse. One or the other.
Well, there is that.
They're saying, though, they expect a huge bump in vaccines. People taking vaccines now because of the FDA approval. That a lot of people were scared because it wasn't. And I was just wondering if are these the same people that make up government conspiracy theories? Because I'm not sure how much I trust the FDA.
And again, people are talking about how fast it all happened, but excuse me, we had to make it happen fast. And so I'm sure that all of the FDA's resources were poured into examining data and everything to make sure this was safe. Because we had to. I mean, look at where we be right now. Over the last 9 months, we've still got cases skyrocketing. And look at how many people we've got vaccinated. Think of how this would look if we didn't have as many people vaccinated as we do. I mean, we could be in a total economic downfall, a hospital crisis, the whole bit. So, yeah, it's pretty scary when you look at all that, what could be happening if we didn't have that quick approval.
It's I don't know, the whole thing's kind of scary all the way around just because of that. And how do you look back and say, well, it would have been better if we did it this way, or it would have been worse when we did it this way? We kind of don't know. We didn't have a big roadmap left over from 1918 the last time this happened, and I think in a way we're tripping over ourselves. But I like to think at the same time that those in power are trying to do what they believe is best for us, and it's not some massive conspiracy theory and a way to get chips into people. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, if they said, hey, you can have a chip in your head, it's going to control everything in your life, they go, okay, put it in.
Right.
You mean I can talk to Alexa without anybody hearing me? Okay.
Well, I feel like I've got a chip that controls my life right now. It's called a cell phone. So
funny.
There is that, but so it's just interesting. I think when you look at if you have done any research at all on the 1918 pandemic, Spokane came through relatively unscathed in the first wave. It wasn't until, and I don't know what wave we were on, but it wasn't until the second wave that the Spokane area got decimated. And so, if you're curious at all about how that looked, go ahead and do some research on it. But we had the same things. People were up in arms about having to wear masks. There was protests on that then. So I feel like, we haven't learned from history. And so we're doomed to repeat it.
Or is it more of the human condition that causes the problem?
Well, there is that.
Yeah. Oh man, it's too bad. It's gross, and that it has to happen, but it's here, and we have to deal with it one way or another. And it's causing lots of divisions. I know it's and I don't want to make anybody hate me by talking about either side of it. But even with the protests for the kids going back to school, and whether teachers and medical professionals should have to be vaccinated, people on both sides of that issue, causing more problems, and all this really has shown me, I said this before we got started this morning, is how easy it could be to have a civil war in America. The lines have been drawn, and it's so stark, and so many people on both sides with unchecked anger.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think part of that comes out of stress. Just look at, the stress and anxiety of this time. You just look at how, if you're stressed already, everything makes you want to blow up at someone, right? Your fuse is very short. And so I'm sure some of that comes into it. We all have very short fuses. We're all anxious. So,
just like you snapping on me yesterday. No.
Yes.
No, well, you didn't snap on me.
Don't be stupid. I'm not going to jump down your throat.
And by the way, me and Mooch both thank you for the chili yesterday.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I'll be making my own sound effects later in the show. I never knew my cat would eat chili. That was
really?
Crazy.
She ate it,
It's something about your cooking. Because, she's pretty selective about what human food she'll eat. But when I come home or you drop off food for me and I cook it up, she is right there and will not leave me alone. And I'm like, okay, she's not going to eat chili. And I left a little bit on the bottom of the bowl. I didn't want to. And I sat it down and she cleaned the whole bowl. I was like, no way. I've never seen a cat eat chili before.
Well, because she knows it was made with love.
Maybe that's it. Or you put your stink on it.
A little Val Funk.
Yeah, see how we come full circle about people smelling?
Back to where we started.
I got sucked in by a headline that I saw online this morning, and it was something that nobody knew about giant tortoises. And
I'm sure there's lots I don't know about giant tortoises.
Well, and I'm always curious about the plight of animals. I hate to see animals go extinct, and I know there's been a huge problem for giant tortoises going extinct. So I clicked on it, and it says, totally surprising and rather horrifying. Giant tortoises eat baby birds. I'm like, wow, they are really digging for stories today. Animals eat other animals. And so do we. And I hope when the aliens come down, they get all the hunters first.
Hey, I'm a hunter.
I know.
Who's going to make you chili?
That's true. All right. Who's going to feed me if you're gone? Oh, I'll starve to death, Val. All right. Protect yourself from the aliens, and just so you know, they are coming.
They're already amongst us.
They're already out there. Dun, dun, dun. Let's start something else for us to pay attention to. So that we're all not distracted by viruses and fires and, yeah.
That's right.
All right.
You know what? And the aliens wouldn't have to come here to conquer us or anything like that.
We're doing it ourselves?
Yeah, we're destroying ourselves. You don't have to worry about the aliens doing it.
Yay.
We're destroying our planet. We're destroying ourselves. So, hey.
Good job.
Yes. The aliens' job is easy. All they have to do is sit back and watch.
We're number one again. All right. Bill and I did a face. I'm moving on to bits and breaks here. Let's see. Tweet of the week. I'll start there. If you have a Pfizer vaccine in your body, it technically means somebody finally approves of you. Oh, bummer. I got the Johnson & Johnson, so nobody approves of me. You know, they're talking about...
It doesn't matter. My mom will never approve of me.
And that's the one thing. Nobody talks about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine anymore. They don't talk about it for boosters or anything. It's like, sorry, it never happened.
Oh.
I guess because there's less of us. All right, Val, what's the cost of a Band-Aid in your community?
The cost of a Band-Aid? Like one Band-Aid or a box?
Yeah. Do you know?
Oh, I do not know.
All right. All right, since January 1st, hospitals have been required to post the price they charge insurance companies for things like x-rays, MRIs, and bandages. This is a good thing. No more price gouging. It's out there in the open. I had no idea.
But I'm sure they charge way more than you'd go buy a bandage for at the grocery store.
I would think so. Let's find out.
Okay.
Here's a guy that says, locally I found a hospital that charges $7 for a 2-inch Band-Aid.
That's horrible.
Or a bandage. I guess Band-Aid is a brand name, so they'd be bandage. And look on your hospital websites and gather up some of their charges. I guess they have to post it. Taco says, and then you can share it with your listeners. I think I just did. Yeah.
You know, I don't think I really want to see those itemized bills. I had a outpatient procedure in March or in May, and just for the outpatient facility, and you know, what am I there? 4 hours. Outpatient facility charged $10,000.
Wow. Now, did you have something taken out or something enlarged?
That's kind of a personal.
Oh,
question.
sorry. I didn't ask that. Yeah, you're talking and I'm coming up with jokes.
Yeah. I had something fixed that was already there. How's
Okay. Oh, man, you got some of that broken stuff, too?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I found out I missed the recall on my body. All right, Val, the National Park Service is turning 105. Will you tell us about it?
Oh, I would be happy to tell you all about that.
I love the National Park Service.
Yeah.
And they're still open.
This happens, this happens tomorrow.
Okay.
On August 25th. The National Park System is a collection of 423 physical properties owned or administered by the National Park Service. The 62 national parks are part of the National Park System.
All right, they're turning 105 years old.
105, yeah.
Wow.
The National Park System employs approximately 12,363 employees.
Overworked employees this year.
Yes, no kidding.
If you've heard about the lines going into some of our national parks.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to guess what the first national park was, or did you see it already?
I already saw it. So, yeah, I want to guess. It's Jellystone.
Yes.
I mean, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone National Park was the first.
Excellent.
The
I like that.
Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the most visited in the country. In 2020, it had just over 12 million visitors, 3 times the number as the closest park of Yellowstone.
That seems real. Is it maybe because there's so many more people on the East Coast?
I don't know. Have you ever seen the Great Smoky? I know you did some time kind of on that side of the country. Did you see it?
Not. And really, we did the 2/3 of the U.S. and avoided the East Coast because I didn't want to drive a RV there.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah, no, we just we ran out of time, but we never really made it into that area. But I wonder if that's why that one. When you take a look at like Yellowstone and the things around it, or let's say Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills, that kind of stuff. But I don't know if that's actually considered a national park or probably a national monument.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if Custer Park down there is by Rushmore. I don't know if that's a national park or what.
Or a state.
So there's Custer. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah. So in 2020, which I would think would probably be a banner year for people visiting national parks, but they logged 237,064,332 visits across each of its properties.
Well, that's pretty precise.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have just said 237 million plus.
There you go. Yes, so that is our story on national parks.
All right, 105 years old tomorrow. Very cool. All right, name from the name research files. I guess the bias toward one's own initials holds steady across languages and cultures. I've always thought mine were cool at SS, which stands for Super Sport.
There you go.
That's right. Doesn't quite fit. Most people prefer brand names that start with their initials.
Well, I'm stuck with like Volvo or something. Volkswagen,
Volvo. Well, if you go with the last name, Hummer.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We could come up with some for Hunter.
Yeah, I guess I'm stuck with Sony, maybe, or Sharp. Let's see. That's weird. Most people prefer brand names that start with their initials. I've never paid any attention to anything like that.
I don't think I have either.
All right. We are disproportionately likely to marry others who share our first and or last initial. I once married someone who had my exact initials.
Yes, I remember that.
Isn't that weird?
Brad and I are kind of on opposite ends of the alphabet, though. Brad and Val and
Oh, yeah.
Hunter and Schlafman back in the day.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right, jobs and professions that no longer exist, Val. Pretty soon, radio DJs are going to be in that list.
There's so many. Nobody wants to work. All of us might be replaced with a robot before too long.
They got the technology. Right now, the technology, I read this, that the technology is there if we embraced it to automate everything. Take advantage of bullet trains, megalifts, all sorts of technology that we have. And they say no one would have to, only 3% of the population would have to work if they automated everything and they have the technology to do it. So who wants to be part of the 3% that's still working?
Not me. Thank you very much. I'm happy to do nothing.
And one of the things they say is we would get fat and lazy. Like, what was that movie, Wall-E, where everybody was up on the spaceship? And
I never saw that.
It's quite entertaining. Everybody is fat and gelatinous. We've been in space for 500 years because we polluted the Earth, so we left to give it time to heal. And we all live in a giant spaceship and eat fast food. We're always drinking Slurpees and stuff. And at one point they lose gravity. It's pretty entertaining because you have all these fat gelatinous people rolling from one end of the ship to the other and taking things out at each other. But no, we wouldn't end up looking like that. They say in cultures in the past, which they've always been destroyed themselves, but that had that where people didn't have to work, that science, art, math, that kind of stuff just explodes. So,
and it's interesting because I feel like for so long people have been worried about machines taking their jobs, and now nobody wants to work, so machines have to take our jobs, or because think of all the things you can't even get now, whether it's a new car or restaurants that are only open with limited hours because they can't get anybody to work. So at some point we're going to have to let them take over, or we're not going to have the things we're used to having.
I hope pretty soon that a machine comes from the future to the past and takes me out on a date.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
All right. So some of them that no longer exist, before modern refrigeration, there was ice delivery.
Ooh. Wow. I talked about doing that this summer when I tried it, but I just kept on showing up with trunk loads of water, dirty water.
Oh, and my husband still calls a refrigerator an ice box.
Really?
And that, I don't know if he grew up with that, but that's a really, really old term.
That is really, he's going to have to drop that one.
No kidding.
All right.
How about lamp lighters?
Huh?
Yeah, they just went around town lighting and extinguishing the street lamps.
Oh, gaslighting people.
Oh.
Wow. That's a job I could handle. What do you do? I light things on fire.
As long as you put them out, too.
My friends call me the torch.
They call you the fireman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, telephone operators. No longer a job.
Yeah, because it's a recorded voice now, an automated one, right? Like if you log on to the National Weather Service or call them to hear the weather forecast, it's like, wow, I didn't realize it at first because the voice technology is so good. I'm like, wow, that guy does voiceovers for a lot of the National Weather Service offices. Oh, it's a computer.
You can tell when they try to say Chihuahua.
I wonder, I wonder, though, if the guy that voiced all that gave the computer, they had to use a real human voice to program the computer, to train it. And I wonder if the guy that did that is getting any kind of royalties for, being the most popular voice ever, and it's all computerized.
There you go.
Because it's always the same voice.
Well, what I think they would learn, I mean, some of the things these automated voices or automated recordings should learn is, 911. Don't call it 911.
Why does it? I don't get it. Why they do that? I guess. I guess I can't figure it out. Why do they do that? They're worried about some kind of confusion, but when they call it out like that, it's, I don't know, odd.
Yes, very.
Seems like it might confuse people that didn't know about the 911 system even more. How do I do 911 on the phone? All right. It is a thing, though.
It is a thing, yeah. It's so they're learning. I'm sure before long.
I've heard it right on here when we do emergency alert messages when the 911 phone system goes down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. We also no longer have door-to-door encyclopedia salespeople. Do we even have encyclopedias anymore? That's my question, though.
Online.
Yeah, but not physical ones.
I actually was curious about that a few years ago. I don't know if it's still happening. I looked it up, and you could still get hard copies of encyclopedias. So, wow, that's kind of crazy. We had one growing up, and I think it was an expensive investment for mom and dad, but they had kids in school, so.
Mm-hmm. And I think ours were World Book, because you had World Book encyclopedias and you had Britannica.
That's right.
Britannia, yeah. So we had the World Book, and I know this because some of them are still in the basement.
Really?
And the year on these encyclopedias was 1964.
Wow, so they bought those new for you, basically.
Well, on the year I was born, anyway.
Because I don't know if that was your cat or my cat, but I hear one screaming in the background.
It's mine.
Okay. Somebody's hungry. I do the same thing, though. If you hear me in the background once in a while, I go, ah! It means I'm hungry. All right.
He tried to jump on my lap, and I accidentally knocked him down.
Oh,
poor old man.
Blind
poor
cat.
Old man.
Right. Door-to-door encyclopedia salesperson. Are there any door-to-door salespersons still left? I wonder if that kind of happens in Spokane. It doesn't happen around Chihuahua.
No, and I think part of that is you can order anything you want online. And I don't know in this day and age if I'd want to be, especially as a woman, maybe going door to door trying to sell something.
Because people are kind of crazy. Seems like
they are
an excellent way to get shot.
It does. Or disappear forever.
Uh-huh.
We also no longer have elevator operators.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Because then when you got on the elevator by yourself, you'd always have someone to talk to.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. Have you gotten out yet to see it?
No, I've just been stuck in this elevator.
Yeah. What's it like to live in an elevator for a third of your life?
Boring. All right, there was a knocker up.
Okay.
Before alarm clocks existed, a guy with a long cane would knock on your window to wake you up.
Really? I've never heard this one before.
I've never ever heard that either.
Again,
I think they were
a guy at your
they
window.
were running low.
A guy at your window gonna get shot.
Yeah, no kidding. Knocking on it and telling you to get up. Yeah.
I'm gonna drive out some morning to your house just to do that. I was kind of scared when I saw the first line there, knock her up. I thought it was going to be something different.
I did too.
Oh, that used to be a job? Huh. Missed out again.
Scott's like, sign me up.
How did I miss out? It doesn't exist anymore.
And finally, the last one on this list is pin boys.
Okay.
Before automated bowling pin resetting, there were people who would run down there and reset the pins after every turn.
Oh, I wonder if that's how it started out at the Chihuahua Bowling Alley. I wouldn't want to be that guy because you know there's going to be somebody who had a few too many beers and is just going to think, I wonder if I can trip him.
Yeah. Yep.
Seems like a very bad idea to Scott. All right. How about I've got some more. How about a bad tweet? These are from yesterday.
Okay.
NBC TV affiliate in Los Angeles had to delete a tweet that indicated the unvaccinated could be shot. Referring to the Raiders football game, at NBC LA tweeted and then later deleted the following: "Come with vaccination proof or get shot on sight."
Oh, somebody thought they were being funny, or maybe they were being serious.
They were being serious, actually. If you weren't vaccinated, you could get the shot on site at the game.
Oh.
So somebody just left out a word. It said, not long, the tweeted, the original headline on the article has been changed to clarify that a dose of the COVID-19 vaccine would be available at all Raiders home games. So you can get a shot at the game, not, they missed the A.
Yeah.
Get a shot on site. It just says get shot on. Somebody was being cute and left out the A.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's see. What is the most unlikely hated thing in all of human history? Most universally hated thing in all of human history. I'll get it straight.
That you would never guess? Is that what the unlikely part?
No, I was being dyslexic. Okay. What is the most universally hated thing in all of human history? Does anything come to mind?
Farts. Unless it's your own.
Yes, right up there with stubbing your big toe. Unless it's your own. Why would you enjoy that?
I don't know.
Do people actually enjoy that? Ugh.
They enjoy making other people go, oh my God, what just died in here?
That's why I always drop and run.
I thought that was stop, drop, and roll.
That's what the person that gets left behind has to do. And pain. All right. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. Universally hated thing in all of human history. Mosquitoes.
That makes total sense.
Biting the inside of your cheek while eating.
Yes. And then you keep biting it over and over and over again.
Yeah, once it's irritated and it's like, then it's in the way and you keep getting it. So this is really weird. I don't know why I'm going to share it, but I have a love of cashews. And I cannot eat cashews on the left side of my mouth.
Because you bite your cheek every time?
Every time. Every time. But only for cashews. So I have to be, and I eat a lot of them. So I have to be careful when I throw a handful in my mouth that I hold them like a squirrel on the right side. Or I will bite my cheek.
Is this hereditary? Because I love cashews. I go buy the great big Costco size. Man.
There's a drug inside of cashews, or a chemical, that causes happiness.
Is this true?
This is true. No,
really?
this is true.
It just makes us happy, but it's universal, huh?
No. I think it can make everyone happy. Eat more cashews. And what an expensive snack. Boo.
And full of calories as well.
Yes.
But hey.
Oh, man. Don't ruin it for me. I thought I was doing good eating nuts. All right. Alzheimer's, another thing that's universally hated in all of human history. Well, if we're going to start picking diseases, we could pick a lot more than that, too.
Exactly.
All right. I'm all on board with this one. Universally hated thing in all of human history, wet socks. Let's step that up a notch. Wet underwear.
Both are going to chafe you in places you don't want to be chafed.
Yes. Wet socks and underwear. Doubly bad.
Yes.
Wet shirt? Cool. See? Isn't that strange?
It is strange.
All right. Most universally hated thing in all of human history, Mondays.
Yeah.
And here at KCHW Chewila, I skip Mondays.
You hate them that much.
I hate
don't
them
even
that much.
Acknowledge them.
Yeah, nope, don't even exist. It's only a 4-day work week, folks. All right, people who leave shopping carts loose in the parking lot. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be. That doesn't seem like it should fall under the universally hated type of thing. All right.
All right. Last one here is common things movies can do away with. These are Hollywood cliches. Getting shot in the shoulder is portrayed as an injury so minor that all you need to do is hold it for a little while. Then in a day or so, it never happened.
Exactly.
I heal quickly. All right. When a prosecutor introduces a surprise witness or evidence in the middle of a trial, you would get disbarred for pulling something like that. But it's okay in the movies. When someone is fighting another person, falls to the ground, reaches with their hand, and magically there's something there they can use to end the fight, like a shard of glass.
There you go.
Sometimes a knife, sometimes a gun. In one movie I saw, it was a carrot. He saved himself with a carrot.
The carrot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, here, choke on this or what?
Oh, yeah. In fact, he killed several people with that carrot. And no, it wasn't a cartoon.
Who knew they were reloadable?
Yeah, and I was confused because the movie was called Shoot 'Em Up, and I didn't realize he did it with carrots.
I take it this was a B-rated movie.
No, it was not. Clive,
wow.
Clive Owen. Clive Owen, Shoot 'Em Up. Very violent movie. All right. Let's see. Other things they can do away with the movies when they turn on the TV at the exact moment a relevant news report starts. Mm-hmm. Or perhaps it's the criminal and it's a news report about them as soon as they turn on the TV.
Showing their mugshot.
Yes.
You know, that's what you usually get.
You have a mugshot, Belle?
It's called my passport picture. Holy crud, is that gross looking?
It looks like you've been in jail, huh?
It does. You're not supposed to smile, too, so you've got like this, I don't know, it's weird.
That's because they know when entering a foreign country, Americans are usually scared. They should say that for your passport photo. Look scared. All right. When a character explains something in technical language and the other person says, in English, painfully funny, unfunny, and overdone.
Yes.
And the last one, looking away from the road to have a full conversation while driving. It's almost satisfying when they actually have a crash in the movie. It makes me nervous when they're doing it. He needs to watch the road. Watch the road. Watch the road. That's what you're saying in your head. How can you look away from the road for so long? Somebody's going to die.
And then when they aren't in a crash, you're like, duh.
I told you.
I told you.
Knew that was going to happen. All right, that's enough of that stuff. We're going to go to break. Are you ready for that, Val?
I think I am.
Can you believe we've been so long-winded that it's time for break?
I am not surprised at all about that.
All right, a little news, thanking the sponsors, and we will be back with part 2. If you stay with us, it's KCHW 102.7 and Scott and Val. Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. This portion of programming brought to you by New Health. At New Health, they're committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open-access health care for all. They offer medical, dental, pharmacy, and behavioral health services to meet your health care needs. Their medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, telemedicine visits, plus COVID-19 testing and vaccines. Dental services are provided for prevention, restorative, and emergency services. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs as well. To schedule an appointment, contact their New Health Chewelah Clinic at 509-935-8424. That's 509-935-8424, or visit their website at newhp.org for a New Health location near you. Safely providing the care you need is their top priority. Most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare and Medicaid, and new patients are welcome.
This is VOA News via remote. I'm Joe Palca. The Taliban said today they hope to win international recognition for their legitimate representative rule over Afghanistan, arguing the diplomatic engagement would help promote global security and ease the suffering of Afghans during decades of relentless wars. A senior member of the Islamist group's Cultural Commission shared the remarks with VOA, saying consultations with all Afghan stakeholders on forming what the Taliban promise will be an inclusive Islamic government are ongoing, and an announcement will be made soon. Abdul Kahar Balkis spoke a week after the Taliban marched into the Afghan capital of Kabul, seizing control of 33 of the country's 34 provinces. The U.S. State Department says it is boosting its vetting and evacuation efforts as operations at the Kabul airport enter a second week. State Department spokesman Ned Price listed the department's accomplishments during a 24-hour period over the weekend.
As you heard this morning, from 3 a.m. on August 22nd to 3 a.m. on August 23rd, 28 U.S. military flights evacuated approximately 10,400 people from Kabul. In addition, 61 coalition aircraft evacuated approximately 5,900 people from Kabul. Since August 14th, the U.S. has evacuated and facilitated the evacuation of approximately 37,000 people.
Price told reporters that the temporary transit locations that have been set up in the U.S. or at joint bases in Germany, Italy, and Spain have capacity to process at least 15,000 people on a rolling basis. Leaders from the G7 group of nations are set to meet today to discuss the situation in Afghanistan, with several pushing for U.S. President Joe Biden to keep U.S. troops in the country beyond its August 31st deadline. This is VOA News. Pakistan's foreign minister said on Tuesday that an inclusive political settlement is the best way forward for peace and stability in Afghanistan following the Taliban takeover. With more from Associated Press, Charles de Ledesma.
Pakistan's urging a settlement ahead for Afghanistan. Pakistan's foreign minister says an inclusive political settlement is the best way forward for peace and stability in Afghanistan following the Taliban takeover. He says Pakistan fully supports efforts in that direction. According to a foreign ministry statement, the minister made the remarks during a phone call with his Russian counterpart. The minister is expected to leave for Uzbekistan on a visit, during which he will also travel to other neighbouring states, including Iran, to discuss Afghan developments. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The statement quoted Qureshi as also saying that Pakistan is facilitating the evacuation of foreigners stranded in Afghanistan. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris said today that China continues to coerce, to intimidate, and to make claims to the vast majority of the South China Sea.
These unlawful claims have been rejected by the 2016 Arbitral Tribunal decision. and Beijing's actions continue to undermine the rules-based order and threaten the sovereignty of nations. The United States stands with our allies and partners in the face of these threats.
The vice president spoke during a visit to Singapore. U.S. President Joe Biden's administration has made countering Chinese influence a key part of its foreign policy. Officials in Senegal say that the former president of Chad, Hissène Habré, has died while serving a life sentence for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Habré's 8-year rule of Chad from 1982 to 1990 was marked by a brutal crackdown on dissent in which more than 40,000 people were killed and some 200,000 others were tortured, according to investigators. After his overthrow, he lived freely in Senegal's capital of Dakar for more than 2 decades before being arrested in 2013. He was tried and convicted by the Special African Union-backed tribunal in Senegal 3 years later. U.S. President Joe Biden urged Americans unvaccinated against the coronavirus to get their shots after Food and Drug Administration granted a full approval to the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. U.S. drug regulator on Monday granted full approval to the Pfizer vaccine, making it the first to secure such Food and Drug Administration validation. Via remote, Joe Palca, VOA News.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
That wasn't me. Really wasn't me. It was Val.
I thought you were going to blame it on the cat.
You should get that fixed, Val. What makes that sound? The giant horn. All right. So glad to be back, and glad you're with us for part 2. And we will apologize to you in advance for any stupidity or bad things that happen, or feedback, possibly. All right. So I took a look for birthdays, and I did not see any local birthdays for today. So you people, get busy. We have no birthdays today.
Let us know if you have a birthday so we can make fun of you on the air.
That's right. And you get your name on the birthday calendar by visiting our website and doing it through the Lions Club. It's their big fundraiser every year, the Lions Club calendar. And you can go to our website, kchw.org, go to the supporters page, and click on the link to the Lions Club right below the link to their club. Also, you can download PDF, get yourself on the calendar. There you go. All right, and you're supporting a good cause at the same time. Now, any celebrity birthdays that kind of popped out at you or looked cool for today, Val?
Oh, let's see. A lot of these I don't even recognize. I can go with Steve Guttenberg from Cocoon and Police Academy, who turns 63 today.
What happened to Steve Guttenberg?
I don't know. Just disappeared.
How about Ann Archer from Clear and Present Danger? She was like the first lady to Harrison Ford. Yeah, 74.
Oh, 74. Wow. Oh, you know these names so much better than me.
Stephen Fry, 64. Stephen Fry, do you remember Battlestar? No. Oh, it was a really bad sci-fi movie. The big, it was like The Who in space. Not the WHO, but like the World Health Organization. So it was like a conglomeration. It was like the United Nations in space. And Stephen Fry was an alien with really big bad hair. Sorry. Just thought I'd share that.
Now I'm going to have to look that up.
All
right. Craig Kilborn from Sports Center and the Late Show is 59. Marlee Matlin from Children of a Lesser God and The West Wing is 56. Director Ava DuVernay from that did Selma and When They See Us is 49.
I've never heard of her or her movies.
Me neither. Dave Chappelle. We all know Dave Chappelle.
Oh, funny guy.
48.
And he's disappeared again?
I think so,
okay.
Yeah. Alex O'Loughlin from Hawaii Five-0 is 45. And Rupert Grint from Harry Potter is 33 today.
Is that the one that looked like Brandon Hansen with the red hair? Rupert Grint? I think so.
I need to look that one up, too. I'm not sure.
I hope Brandon's listening and heard that. Hey, you look like Rupert Grint from Harry Potter. All right. Let's do some history. It happened today. Let's see. In the year 79, that's right, Mount Vesuvius erupted. The cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and Stabai were buried in volcanic ash. I didn't know we had a town called Herculaneum.
Hercules.
All right, where are you from? Herculaneum. What are you made of? Herculaneum. All right, 1814, British troops invaded Washington, D.C., burned down the White House and several other buildings. 1814. I almost had that happen last January, except it wasn't the British. It was our own people.
That's right.
1853, potato chips were first prepared. Duh. Can't believe they waited that long.
I couldn't either. That fried goodness.
1891, Thomas Edison patented the motion picture camera. 1891, I had no idea it was that early.
Me neither, and I guess I didn't know he did that.
1932, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly across the United States nonstop from Los Angeles to Newark, New Jersey. Now, I thought I read something the other day that she wasn't actually the pilot, though.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, so I got to do some more research on that. That they wouldn't, she wasn't the official pilot of the plane because she was a woman.
Oh,
So,
that could be. Why tell us these lies our whole lives?
well, she was still the first woman to fly across. She just wasn't.
Not as a pilot.
Yeah, the official pilot. And I don't know if that's true or not, so fact check me, please. Speaking of that, 1979, The Facts of Life premiered on NBC. It was a spin-off from...
Different Strokes.
There you go. 92, thieves armed with a frozen rabbit smashed through the glass door of a pub in Devon, England. They left the rabbit thawing on the bar.
Oh, my gosh. Really? This made it happen today.
Yep. Also, almost as good, Smyrna, Tennessee. You ever been to Smyrna?
I have never been to Smyrna.
Lucky you. Matthew Robinson had been a very busy thief, stealing DVD players, iPods, a couple air compressors, power washer, power tools, a scooter, a leaf blower, fishing equipment, a Nintendo game, and a Bible from 7 residences.
Don't forget the Bible.
And he had all of his loot in his pickup truck when he pulled into the fast food restaurant parking lot and fell asleep. Manager thought something might be amiss and called police. Oops.
He got tired lifting all those heavy things.
Mm-hmm. Apple CEO Steve Jobs, 2011, resigned over poor health issues. I'm about to do the same thing. 2015, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced for the first time 1 billion people had logged into Facebook.
Wow.
And in the background, you could hear people yelling, "Oh no, we suck again!" 2018, French Open tennis banned Serena Williams' a black Nike catsuit from future tournaments, citing respect for the game and the place. I don't see a problem with that.
I know.
They should be able to.
Silly.
I think tennis players should be able to wear the most outlandish costumes ever.
There you go. Kind of make it like the WW.
Yeah, because it's so boring. And expecting the French Open, of course they'd get mad about a cat suit. They're so uptight, the French.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I thought they were more liberal.
Yeah, they're uptight liberal though.
Just drink some wine and watch.
Yes.
Watch tennis anyway.
Yeah. Could you imagine playing tennis with like a giant, like Serena Williams playing tennis and having like the giant hat of the fruit and stuff, and then winning? How cool would that be? All right.
I like it.
Today for me, International Strange Music Day. Look at that.
Look at that.
What other special events do we have?
We have Knife Day.
Will you be practicing, Val?
Just throwing them.
At Brad?
No. I saved that for throwing them at, let's see, what am I throwing them at
Who
today?
can I safely say and not get in trouble?
Yeah, and no kidding.
The cat, that's always safe.
Yeah, no, we're not throwing knives at the cat.
Oh. Okay.
Pictures of somebody on my dartboard. I don't
There
know.
you go.
Anyway.
There you go.
All right. It's Waffle Iron Day.
Ooh, also dangerous.
You can hit people with that, too.
Leaves marks, though.
It does.
I prefer to hit people with things that don't make a mark.
Well, and you always know what they got hit by, too.
Ooh, somebody got you with a waffle iron. Oh, and if it was on, it's like permanent.
Yeah, exactly. Permanent waffle pattern on your head.
I have one other end, though.
Well, thank goodness not many people see that one.
Your butt looks like a waffle. Surprise, surprise.
Why do you think I carry syrup around wherever I go?
And this cube of butter.
Oh, let's go on before we get ourselves in trouble.
Please, that sounded horribly wrong. I didn't mean it that way.
Special event today is Pluto was demoted day.
Oh, and then it got remoted, and then it got demoted again.
Yeah.
Pluto's a confused planet.
It is. Poor Pluto.
I don't know what I am.
And I think this sounds like a particularly great day. It's Peach Pie Day.
Ooh. Big scoop of
I'm gonna
ice
have to
cream.
I'm going to have to tell. Brad told his mom he wanted a peach pie, so I'm going to have to let her know it needs to happen today.
And then you'll have to take her some peaches, probably.
No, she went picking at Green Bluff yesterday, so we got the peaches.
Number of times Francis Ford Coppola was fired while directing The Godfather. How many times do you think? You can choose.
I saw it, so do you want me to make an outlandish guess?
No.
Or go with the real one?
Go with the real one.
It was 5.
Yes.
5 times he was fired while directing The Godfather.
Huh. And then it turned out to be such a huge, slow movie, I can never get all the way through it.
There you go.
Have you ever watched it all the way through?
I have not even watched anything other than, the scenes that they'll play for something funny. But no, I've never watched The Godfather.
Oh, wow. So you're just as bad as I am. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do a little head-to-head challenge right now. I think it's me and Val playing trivia head-to-head. And Val, this is for you.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, you should quit before we start.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Yep, 2 angry brothers and sisters going at it.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right. Val has got a couple extra points for delivering chili yesterday.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. I'm going to need them, I'm sure.
Okay. I doubt it. All right. If you haven't noticed, Val got all the intelligence in the family.
Yeah, nobody's going to believe that after they hear my answers to trivia questions every Tuesday.
Okay. Trivia is not a real science.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right. I'll start.
Okay.
First one for you. To paint this, it takes about 570 gallons of paint. What is it?
To paint this, is it a national monument of some sort?
It is.
Oh. Let's go with the White House.
That's a good guess. I was thinking if you got it wrong, your hint would be, ask me the color of paint. All right, first try. Boom. Val, 10,000 points. There she goes. I might not be able to. Yep, I might not be able to catch up.
All right, here's one for you. The fastest one of these was recorded at 376.36 miles per hour.
376 miles per hour, the fastest one of these. Is it something that's usually not measured in speed?
No, it's usually measured in speed, yes.
It's usually measured in speed. The fastest one of these is
I'll give you a hint here. It is something that is fairly common to see on the road, but something you never want to drive at 376 miles per hour.
I don't know, go that fast and I see it on the road. I'm going to guess steamroller.
You're not going to see that baby coming.
So it's not steamroller.
It's not steamroller. No, it is not.
Wow, I can't think of anything that would go that fast. I'm going to go with motorcycle.
You got it.
No,
you got it.
All right. Powers of deduction. Powers of deduction. Uh-huh. Where's that coming from? All right. Did you do that, Val?
I did.
Oh, it's your turn. Okay. Residents of New Mexico and Wisconsin report these more than those in any other state. Residents of New Mexico and Wisconsin report these more than those in any other state.
Okay. They report these. Like sightings? Is that sort of reporting or
Yes.
something? Okay. Sightings of Bigfoot.
No. Oh. I was getting so excited when you said sightings, too.
Aliens.
Aliens, correct. Yay.
Oh, nice.
Yes, aliens and UFO and Wisconsin. More sightings than anywhere else. Or people that say they see them.
Oh, wow. That's
right.
really interesting.
So I know where to go UFO hunting. New Mexico and Wisconsin. I'm on my way.
There you go. All right. Here's one for you. More than 6 trillion of these are consumed around the world each year. 6 trillion.
Each year. So it's consumed, so it's a food. Is it a treat?
Well, I'll back up and say it's not a food, but it is a treat for some people.
I'm going to say beers.
Well, you are on the right track because it is a vice.
And they're consumed.
It's something you've had a love-hate relationship with as long as I've known you in your adult life.
Do people eat cigarettes?
It is cigarettes.
It is cigarettes. Well, how can they say consumed?
Because you smoke them up, I guess. You draw them into your lungs. I don't know. But it is cigarettes.
The proceeding was recorded earlier because we were ashamed to do it now.
Yes, we were ashamed.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. For you, 1/3 of Americans are unable to do this.
Think.
Exactly. 1/3 of Americans are unable to do this. It's something you would do with your hands.
Oh. Is that simple as clap?
No, it's not clap. I keep missing the other hand.
Well, I meant to like a beat because there's so many people who can't clap to the beat.
Yeah, I can't do that either. No, it's not clap, but you're close.
Oh, 1/3 of Americans are unable to do this with their hands.
If I did this, I would probably cry.
Oh, like shake somebody's hands.
No, 1/3 of Americans are unable to do this. Shake hands, really?
Well, because you got pain in your hands, like you do.
Okay, or you're afraid of COVID. Yeah. No, this is like during normal times, 1/3 of Americans are unable to do this.
Okay, with their hands, unable to do it,
and it's not clapping.
What's that?
And it's not clapping.
Oh goodness, I'm trying to think what you do with your hands that you would be unable to do. Is it something you and I are able to do with our hands?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say so. And it's not the Vulcan peace sign or live long and
prosper.
prosper.
Well, that's what I was going to say, the live long and prosper.
No, but it's it's in the right, it has to do with your fingers.
Oh, goodness. This is pick your nose?
Yes, 1/3 of Americans are unable to pick their nose. I feel so sorry for them. No.
I don't know. I'm lost.
Snap your fingers. Snap your fingers.
Really? People can't snap.
That's why I gave you that hint. If I did it, I would cry because my fingers are so.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I mean, I could do it, but it would hurt. So.
I like the songs that you can snap along to.
So I'll stick with Fits in the Tantrums and hand clap.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any more?
I have a hole in the headline.
Well, I probably delivered that story, but let's give it a shot.
I guess the word that's missing from this headline. Beaches closed after rampaging blank hurts tourists. Your choices are sea turtles, seagulls, or cows.
And they're on a beach?
Yep, beaches closed after rampaging what hurts tourists?
It's probably turtles, but I'm hoping it's cows.
It is cows.
Yay! And I never read that story.
Beaches on the Mediterranean island of Corsica were closed after unusually aggressive cows started goring tourists. The French-owned island has over 15,000 cows who have become unusually headstrong after a year of lockdown. Tourists returning to the island's famed beaches are now fighting over their spots of sands with the bovine horde. One man was sent to hospital after being gored in the neck on a beach, and another herd of cows chased tourists down a street.
Wow. That sounds like a fun vacation.
It's like, you want a hamburger?
Your hamburger.
Yes.
Oh, man. Wow. That's crazy. So even cows are affected by COVID.
That's right.
All right. Angry bovines. Mm-hmm. All right. I forgot to keep track, so you know what, Val? Both of us win.
Oh, I like it when everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
Because it's...
You had me at cocktails.
That's right, because it's 8:44 a.m. somewhere. All right, I'm going to back up here. I think we're almost to odd news and wrapping up the show today. I did have a couple things from news and nuggets. I don't know if I should do this. I'm going to do it anyway. COVID-19, 1 year ago today. This is in News and Nuggets. The masked employees of Starbucks. Do masks work? In August 2020, at least 56 cases of COVID-19 in South Korea were traced back to a Starbucks. Many customers were not wearing masks, and poorly ventilated space likely contributed to the spread of the virus. But none of the employees at the business were not infected because they were all wearing masks. All right.
Wow.
Health officials said the outbreak originated from a single infected person with the virus who sat in the cafe next to the air conditioning system, which dispersed the contagious aerosol particles throughout the space. Virus could have also spread as people touched contaminated surfaces such as tables and door handles. Many of the customers didn't wear masks. The floor employees working during the shift were not infected. Health officials said it's because the staff consistently wore their masks for the duration of their work hours and were protected. That's kind of a crazy example.
Well, it's a perfect example, especially for people that really don't believe that masks help or work in any way. So that's a really, good example of, yes, they do.
Jacksonville, Florida, mother and two of her sons all caught COVID. She was vaccinated, but they weren't. She got a relatively mild case, but they both passed away. Luis and Brandon's sons, Aaron and Free, were 35 and 41. She lost a third son 5 years ago. Both Aaron and Free died within 12 hours of each other due to COVID.
How heartbreaking.
Some people just don't think it's real yet because it hasn't affected them.
Yep, it's true. And, even our youngest son, who he finally convinced to get a vaccine, he said one of the reasons why, he said, up until now, so we're, 18 months into the pandemic, he did not know a single friend who tested positive. And now he said all of his friends, I mean, not all, but, a good majority of his friends are testing positive after all this time. So it kind of, I think, finally was an eye-opener for him, too. So... Yeah.
All right. Did you see anything in bits and breaks you want to report on?
Yeah, there was one here. Where did it go? Oh, Domino's.
Okay.
They're testing a pizza with a watermelon crust.
Oh.
Inspired by a TikToker, Domino's Australia had the idea of trying out a watermelon crust pizza. The pizza chain delivered a video showing an inch-thick slice over the middle of the melon being used as the crust. Lucky for us, Domino's did a taste test, which apparently didn't go well. The guy in the video says, we think it might be an acquired taste.
I think so. Here's another soft, warm, fuzzy. The staff at a London restaurant used chocolate to create a birthday message in Braille for a blind customer. Natalie Tapai was dining at a Luciano I'm not even going to try that. It's a restaurant, Luciano, so we'll just call it that. Tapai and her friend Claire stopped by the restaurant without notice after seeing a show nearby. Sarah informed the restaurant that it was her friend's birthday. The restaurant staff presented Tapai with a plate that had happy birthday written in Braille using chocolate.
Wow. So who knew Braille in the restaurant to be able to do that? That's pretty wild.
And how does that work with your chocolate on your fingers?
You'd think it would melt, right?
Something. All right, NASA, what's going on up there?
Oh, NASA had to postpone a space station spacewalk due to an astronaut's medical issue. NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hai and Akihiko Hashida from Japan were set to suit up and head outside the International Space Station today for a spacewalk. It won't be happening due to a minor medical issue involving Vande Hai. NASA announced the postponement on Monday. The agency didn't disclose details of the medical issue, but said it was not an emergency.
Kind of like your outpatient story.
Costs $10,000 for you not to take a spacewalk.
But we don't know what needed to be fixed. All right.
No.
I'm just going to do the headline for the next one. It says, TSA canine handler rescues groundhog on airport runway. My question, why?
And by rescuing, do we mean he gave it a quick death instead of a slow one?
Huh. Yeah, now I want to be rescued.
Oh.
All right, on to today's odd news. Bear with us.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Well, this is kind of cool. It's I had a public service announcement. Jungle Jim wrote all over it, but it's the requests he had to take off the phone last night, and people wanted to hear Led Zeppelin, Cream with Eric Clapton, Jackson Brown, Neil Young, and Bob Seger Night Moves. So that's what we played last night on the Classic Rock Show. That's cool.
And if you like those songs and missed it, you need to tune in next week.
That's right. Jungle Jim every Monday night between 7 and 10. And I think he never said and he'd never act like that, but I bet he was frustrated with me because he was all excited to come back and do his show last week, but he'd been to Sturgis, and I told him he needed to take a few days off before he came in.
Well, you know, you got to protect others.
That's right. And yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a couple extra days off to go visit our mom again, and then I'll have to take a few days off when I get back. Oh, bummer.
Well, you know, again, we have a huge explosion of cases in North Dakota right now. So.
Do they? I thought they all already had it.
Well, you know, supposedly, but
at least in our family, they didn't.
Yeah.
Our family didn't worry about getting vaccinated because they figured they all have natural immunity from spreading amongst each other.
Well, we've seen that doesn't work. You
No.
can get it again.
All right, let's start off with the news attack, and it's you, Val. You always get to kick it off. This is where the first part's true and the second part's a bad joke.
All right, we just talked about that NASA astronaut spacewalk that has been postponed due to a medical issue. Evidently, he's got the next variant, Space COVID.
Ooh, Space COVID-1. Ooh. Wouldn't that be horrible if COVID actually infected the space station?
Oh.
It's not funny, Scott, but it could, because somebody could touch like you know, the Wheaties, and then and then they could pack them up and send them into space, and maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the shelf life of a virus?
Hopefully we don't infect the whole universe.
Oh, man. Okay. Something I learned this week.
Okay.
North Korea has its own version of Netflix. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it tells you what you're going to watch.
You do not get a choice.
And it's Kim Jong-un combing his hair for 2 hours.
Oh, I was going to say replaying his parade over and over. Yeah, that one.
That one? Okay. I was doing hand signs if you're listening on the radio. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, the pillow guy Mike Lindell says Donald Trump will be back in the White House by New Year's Day.
Oh, he's extended the deadline. That's nice.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be this month. It's supposed to be in August.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
All right. Well, here's why. Mike plans to mail Donald to the White House as a Christmas gift.
He's looking for a really big, sturdy box. Indiana man says he'll still mow lawns for money despite winning $15 million. Huh.
Wow, I would not.
What are the 5 letters that spell idiot? No, sorry. The other lawn guys will know who he is by the Ferrari John Deere he's riding.
There you go. Oh. Hey, some skeptics say they'll get a shot now that one of the vaccines has been FDA approved. And because it now comes with free French fries.
Oh, so the free alcohol and weed wasn't enough. But,
Evidently not.
All right. The tallest man in the United States has passed away. He was 7 feet 8 inches. Incredibly, he did not die from bumping his head too many times. That's horrible.
That is horrible.
I should have skipped that one. It's a bad
goodness.
joke.
A study found we should be washing our bed sheets weekly to every other week.
Okay.
And I told you this, and you just said they come off.
Here, I've been buying new mattresses every 5 years. That's where I keep my snacks. According to a study, no known hangover cure actually works. But having your boss find pictures of your drunken escapades on Facebook comes awfully close.
Yeah, you can sober up quick that way, maybe.
Especially when it was lunchtime.
Where'd you go for lunch?
Shenanigans. All right, wacky but true. The entire story is true. We don't add anything but sound effects. And Val, will you lead the pack again?
I will. 21-year-old Cody Lennard got into an argument in downtown Nashville when someone called his brother a derogatory term.
Short.
Police got everyone to calm down and agree to go their separate ways, except Cody. Cody stated, "The only way I'm leaving this is if you take me to jail." Officers obliged and booked him on a charge of public intoxication.
Oh, hey, he got what he wanted.
Huh? I am not a bum. I'm a jerk.
Oh. Makes total sense now.
Yeah.
All right, the next story, nose picking a no-no. I had no idea. I remember the one time you pretended to pick your nose and you were imitating someone in our family. Shame on you, Val.
Shame on me.
Memo issued to members of the Philippine Police Force reminded officers not to do anything that might create a negative impression among members of the public. The memo said this includes taking selfies and picking their noses while on duty. You know if that was a big problem with cops.
The doctor said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.
Oh, and I couldn't decide which one to play.
What good is mining nose gold if I can't share it with the townspeople?
And then this one from Ren and Stimpy.
Wait, I got it. You could play with your magic nose goblin.
Magic nose goblin. All right.
Let's try another wacky but true.
Boy, that one's
Last
really
September,
long.
Jeffrey Page. What?
This one's really long and boring.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to skip it?
No, just keep going.
Okay.
Just warning you.
Last September, Jeffrey Page was visiting Atlantic City with his girlfriend when he decided to make an outdoor dining reservation at Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse at Harrah's Resort. Page wanted to treat himself, so after looking over the menu, he decided to splurge on a real deal, triple seared Japanese A5, aka Kobe, the finest cut of meat available. Page's intention was to splurge on some Wagyu beef, but to his surprise, the Kobe steak was cheaper. It was an offer he couldn't refuse, 4 ounces of the best cut of steak in the world for just $35. This in comparison to the $84 for an 8-ounce filet of Wagyu. It was such a good deal that Page decided to order a 12-ounce portion. He was going to make the most of this opportunity. As the couple enjoyed their amazing meal, Page said he couldn't believe that Kobe was cheaper than the Wagyu. But when the bill arrived, he quickly discovered why he had such doubt. It turns out he read the menu wrong. When Page went back to double check, he discovered his mistake. The Kobe was $35 per ounce, with a minimum order of 4 ounces. Not $35 for 4 ounces. Page's 12-ounce Kobe steak rang up to $420, and the total bill after taxes and before the tip was a whopping $614.88.
Wow.
Can you imagine the sticker shock on that one?
Have you ever eaten somewhere that you spent $614 for two people?
Not for two people, no. But we did go to a restaurant recently with friends, and I would imagine the bill was probably $614 for 6 of us, which would be, I never saw it, but I did the math in my head, and I think that was an expensive dinner right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Never take me out to eat.
Of course I'm no happy. Look at me, I'm a big fat slob. I've got more sins than a Chinese phone pig.
Gonna eat it all. All right, last one. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Iguanas are native to tropical regions of Mexico, Central and South America, as well as the Caribbean, or as you say, the Caribbean. You can also find them all over Florida. I did not know this. A woman in the Bahamas was doing a little beach yoga. Should I just stop the story right there and let everybody use their imaginations?
I think that would probably be funnier than heck.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, she's doing a little beach yoga when an iguana skipped on over. I like how they worded it, skipped on over. They kind of do. He bit her square. Any guess?
There's so many possibilities.
He bit her
depending
square.
on what yoga pose she had.
He bit her square on the finger.
Finger.
So depressing to tell you that, isn't it? Just the finger. You were hoping it'd be something more because you're sick and twisted like us.
That's right.
She was fine. Didn't even break the skin. Sorry. This is a non-story. But she did get even by throwing sand at the creature and cussing it out. And it is on YouTube. So enjoy. She cussed out an iguana. All right. That was so uneventful. I wonder
it
if
was like, wah, wah.
Oh, man. All right. How about this?
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. That's our show for today. I want you to tune in tomorrow, 7:15, when I will have Mike Bentz along with me. Other than that, I'm Scott Allen.
And I'm Valerie Jane.
And that's your odd news for
Tuesday.
All right, Eddie. Let's say you did go to the movies.
Okay.
You
did go to the movies.
Then let's say that you were nowhere near the Club Flamingo.
All right.
You were nowhere near the Club Flamingo.